What you're looking at here is a semi-hollow body guitar kit that I put together probably about a year ago or sometime last year. I'll leave a link to the video down below. And I put this finish on here, and I really loved the guitar. I actually still love the guitar. I really like this neck. Check that out. Has a beautiful neck. It's actually nice and straight. Fits in the pocket well. The action needs to be said a little bit, but at the time that I did this guitar, I actually looked at it and said, you know, I kind of like that. But the more I look at it, the less I like this finish. See, it's kind of a rustic finish, and I liked it at the time, but now I don't like it at all. There's a few other things I don't like about this guitar. One is the electronics. This three-way switch has a real bad short in it. I'll let you hear that in a second. And the pickups, well, not too good. I'll let you hear those in a second too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thing completely apart and redo the finish on this body and see if I can make it where I love it. Because if I really do love the finish, what I'm going to do is redo all the electronics in this guitar. New pickups, new wiring, new pots, and make it where it sounds awesome. I do have a few good ideas on the type of finish I want to put on here, but I'm still thinking about that. But right now, let me go let you hear what this thing sounds like. Poor thing. Well, this three-way switch did have a lot of static in it a few minutes ago. I might have worked it out, but it definitely needs to be cleaned out, maybe switched out. But let's listen to the pickups. This is the neck pickup, and I'm going through my Line 6 Spider Classic 15 back there on a clean channel, a little bit of reverb. Now this pickup up here, this lipstick pickup, actually don't sound too bad. Let's try both pickups. Not bad. Now this one, oh, real tinny. I don't know if I like that one. Anyway, that's the way it sounds like now, but I want to modify this whole thing and make it sound like an awesome guitar. So I'm going to tear this thing apart right now. I brought my wire cutters out here to cut some of these wires off because I was going to replace all this stuff anyway. But I forgot this one has the little plug-in wires. So they just unplug. Now this green wire that doesn't have a plug on it right here is just the ground wire from the back of the volume pot right there. So I'm just going to, right here where I soldered it to the plate, I'm just going to cut that off right there. There's that. Now for the jack. Well, it's 8:30 the following morning and I'm having my big cup of black coffee, and then we're going to attempt to remove the finish off of that body. Shut up, chickens. Now this finish here was a red stain with a spray lacquer finish, and what I'm going to use to get it off, this orbital sander with 80 grit sandpaper. Well, I've been working on this body for about an hour now. After using the 80 grit sandpaper to pull all the stain off, it was pretty rough. So I went over it with 320 up to 600 and then all the way up to 1000 grit. So it's very nice and smooth now. Looks pretty good. I like this body, it's very light. So I have it, I taped off the neck pocket for the finish, and I also stuffed a bandana in the F-hole there because I didn't want any overspray to go in there, because I got that, that's pretty dark in there, so I just wanted to leave it like that. So now I think I'm gonna put a finish on this thing. Well, last year my wife bought me a Les Paul guitar kit from StewMac, which I finished in a tobacco burst. I'll put a picture of it right up there. Now I do still have some paint or lacquer left, colored lacquer from that build, which is vintage amber and tobacco brown. So I think I'm going to do this guitar in a tobacco burst, but the one here, the Les Paul, had a matte finish. This I'm going to put a gloss finish on. So wish me luck. Now out here in the backwoods, I don't have no paint booth or anything fancy like that. We're going to do this thing redneck style. Well, I wanted to show you my holding stand right here. Alright, let's get to spraying. Here's what the body looks like now after about 4 coats of the vintage amber. Looks like that on both sides. And this is a tinted nitrocellulose lacquer, so you will be able to see the wood grain through the color. And once this dries, I will be going around the edges and try to blend in the brown to give it that sunburst look. I've started to go around the outside of the body with the tobacco brown, and I'll do a few coats of that. Hope you can see it. And I'm going to try to blend this in a little more that way all the way around, and we'll see how it comes out after a few more coats. Well, I think I got it where I like it. And now I'm going to let that dry and give it a very light sanding, and then put a clear lacquer gloss coat on it. Shut up, Rooster! This is how the body turned out after about 10 coats of clear gloss lacquer. I think it came out beautiful. I like it. So I'm going to let that cure overnight, and we'll see how the finish looks in the morning. I am very happy with the way the body is coming along. I can't wait to see the finished product. As far as this bridge pickup, you remember what it sounded like, right? Tinny. Yeah, not too good. So I have ordered a Wilkinson Vintage Nashville style Telly bridge pickup, which should be here tomorrow, and we're going to switch this out. The other pickup in the neck position, I didn't think that sounded too bad, so I'm going to leave that. I'll also check the rest of these electronics tomorrow, the 2 pots and the 3-way switch, when I wire up the new pickup. Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is my new pickup arrived. The bad news is there is no bad news. It's all good news. Well, it's a little windy outside today, so you might hear a little in the microphone there. Let's open this up and see what we got. There it is. In a little baggie. See what it looks like. Ooh, fancy. Okay, we're going to wire this in there. They even gave me a wiring diagram, and if you speak Chinese, there it is. How about that? Now I know I said in the beginning of this video I was going to change out all the electronics in this guitar, but after further inspection and cleaning them with contact cleaner, they all seem to be okay. They're working good, not a problem. The neck pickup in the guitar sounded pretty good to me, so I left that. I did change the bridge pickup to that vintage Nashville Wilkinson, and I also sanded off the cheap chrome plating on the bridge plate and the neck plate because I like the way it looks. Now I'm going to show you how it came out. Well, I think it came out absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to put on these Ernie Ball Super Slinkies and we're going to tune it up. Well, I think this thing looks 100% better than it did. I'd like to know what you think. Drop it down there in the comments. I would appreciate that. Now let's try it with this neck pickup, which I did not change. But let's just try it and see what it sounds like. Not bad. Let's try the middle position playing the both pickups. Now let's try the bridge pickup, which is the Wilkinson Nashville style telly pickup that I put in the bridge. Let's see what that sounds like. Not bad. Well, I'm really happy I decided to refinish that thing. It's like a brand new guitar now. Even with a new pickup, it even sounds better. It went from this to this. Well, how do you think it came out? I'd love to know. Leave it down there in the comments. From the windy backwoods, my name's Michael, and I'll see you in the next one.